BLS International. The stock is down close to about 5% in trade. This is despite a revenue growth of 19% on a quarter-on-quarter basis. The company's profits are on a flatter side if you look at it sequentially. Mr. Shikhar Aggarwal, the joint MD of the company, joins in now. Good morning, Mr. Aggarwal, and thanks so much for joining in. First, if you could tell us the reason for the decline in your net profit margin and what can you guide for FY18?
Hi, Rima. How are you doing?
Hi. Good to have you.
Yes. Thank you so much. The net profit margin, as if you see, has not declined. Basically, year-on-year, our net profit has increased 62%.
Yes, we were looking at it actually on a quarter-on-quarter basis.
Yeah.
Where the net...
Yeah.
Okay.
The growth has been 530% on quarter-on-quarter basis, Rima, at EBITDA level.
Yeah. Yes, that's at the EBITDA level. So we were talking about the net profit margin, which has come at 8.8% versus 10.2%. And if you could give us a sense of what FY18 will look like.
See, FY18, we see further growth coming into the company because of the Spain rollout and the Punjab rollout. So the revenue that we captured in the first quarter was a little bit less because of the partial rollout. But going forward, we see full rollout happening and a lot of revenues getting captured.
All right, Shikhar, this year you've done around 635 crores approximately. Last year you did around 500 crores. You're talking about Spanish rollout. You have, I think, a couple of orders that you won, even domestically in Punjab. Could you give us a revenue number? Last year you've done what, more than 25% in terms of revenue growth. Can you keep up the pace? Can we see an 800 crores revenue top line for FY18? And also, if you could give us a sense, how much of your revenues are coming in domestically? How much of it is coming in from the international market?
Absolutely, absolutely. I would like to comment on this, that we see our further growth expanding. This is just two projects that we have bagged, and we've just captured a minuscule part of the project in the first quarter. In future, we are bidding for 10 more projects domestically in the e-governance sector, and in the same way, we are bidding for 10 more projects in the visa outsourcing space. So we see our further future growth exponentially growing. As you can see, our EBITDA level margins have increased by 120% compared to last year, and our PAT has increased by 62%. This is by capturing only a small part of our existing business. So we see the future growth to be exponentially well for BLS International.
How soon are we likely to hear about the domestic e-governance projects for which you bid for, whether you won it or not? And if you could give us the size and what the competition is looking like and the margins?
I would not like to comment on the timeline since we are already in the bidding stage. But I can say that we have bid for more than upwards of 6 projects domestically, in which the result will be announced within a year itself.
All right,
Shikhar, the project size would be bigger than Punjab.
All right, Shikhar, you're not giving us any numbers. Your investors, our viewers want to hear some numbers. Revenue 800 crores. Can you give us that number? Break up the top line number in terms of exports as well as in domestic.
Yeah. Growth trajectory that has been for the past couple of years. I think that revenue could be easily achieved.
All right, 800 crores is something that we could work with for FY18.
Yes, that is.
And how much of it comes in from the international market? How much of it comes in domestically?
International market would be upward of 50%.
50%, all right.
Okay. Your orders like Spain come in at higher margins. I remember the last time when we spoke, you indicated that the Spain order has margins of close to about 30% plus. Isn't that right?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, so why not more aggressively bid for these visa projects? I'm guessing the domestic, orders like the Punjab e-governance project come in at much lower margins.
Absolutely, I would agree with you, but we are actually looking at the future right now. See, both the industries that we are in, we are probably the market leaders right now as we are starting in a new industry. So Digital India, as we are an Indian company, we still want to stick, and we see an increase in margins going forward domestically as well. And visa outsourcing projects, you would see much more projects coming in this year.
Right, Shikhar, I managed to get that top line number of around 800 crores. Margins, you said they will improve from here. In the last quarter, you've done around 17%. Can we see margin improvement for the coming fiscal?
Yes, absolutely. Margins would be improved because most of the expenses have been captured in the last quarter.
150, 200 basis points? Is that possible? Around 19-20% margins?
See, I would not like to give you any
All right.
percentage, but seeing at the trend, we would definitely get a good achievement will be good.
All right, Shikhar. Thanks so much for joining and giving us some details at least. So that's management sounding reasonably